Welcome back to The Express at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre for Cirque Du Soleil's touring arena show, Dralion. We're going to show you more of the aerials and acrobatics coming up, but right now we're touring a place that's a staple on the local tourism and education scene, the Gulf of Georgia Cannery.
Travel along with us on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia.
We're taking a road trip to the Gulf of Georgia Cannery to learn about the history of the West Coast fishing industry.
The Gulf of Georgia Cannery is a National Historic Site in Steveston in Richmond, and the building itself was constructed in 1894. It was known as the Monster Cannery back in those days because it was the largest building of its kind. It functioned as a salmon cannery and net loft, had a variety of purposes over the years, and in 1979 it shut down operations and then later reopened as a National Historic Site and museum.
There's lots to explore and experience in this 55,000 square foot facility.
One of the highlights of a visit is we have a salmon canning line that's a reconstructed salmon canning line that's sort of representative of the 1930s to 1950s era. So this is the sliming table, and this is one of my favorite spots on the tour because I think you can just imagine yourself standing here all day cleaning fish. Water was pumped directly from the river, and that's what was used to clean the fish. And this is a job that was typically done by either First Nations or Japanese women, and they often would bring their kids to work with them. So the babies would be on their back all day and toddlers kind of playing on the floor. So again, I think you can just really imagine yourself working in this kind of atmosphere.
And salmon wasn't the only staple at the Gulf of Georgia Cannery.
For a period, the cannery operated as a herring reduction plant, and that's where they took herring and turned it into fish meal for fertilizer and things like that, and herring oil. This is our fish wall, and it shows you all the different species that are found here on the west coast. One of the biggest being the halibut, which is a flat fish, and they can actually grow this large in size.
You can also step into the wheelhouse of a fisherman's boat and imagine living and working on the high seas.
One of the things I really enjoy about my job here is I'm always learning something. Just when I think I've heard everything or learned everything there is to know, there's always something new to learn. And fishermen always have a lot of really interesting stories to tell.
And the Gulf of Georgia Cannery is preserving those stories for all of us. In Richmond, I'm Kendall Harris for Shaw TV.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
The Cannery has some great events planned for the summer for the community. Music nights, farmers markets, and kids activities. Of course, summer is also wedding season. And you know what they say, every bride-to-be's worst nightmare? Having a bad hair day on her big day.
Carrots Wedding Bells is brought to you by Carrots, online at carrots.com.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. Every girl knows that you don't just wash and go on the big day. So Sarah and I headed to Blo Bow Dry Bar for a hairdo rehearsal. There are no scissors here.
No cuts, no colors?
No cuts, no colors, and you call it the bar.
You call it the bar. We never use the S word, salon. Am I supposed to have ideas before I come?
Sarah wasn't certain what she wanted, but the girls helped us figure it out.
Why don't you just have a little peek through there?
Hair menu. Hair menu doesn't sound appetizing, but was very helpful. You just can never quite do your hair as well as someone else can do it.
Absolutely not. And I can't do my hair at all.
I don't have a lot of hair. And you're wanting, can you do magic?
Who doesn't want long luscious hair? Hello?
Hello. I have a flat stomach.
God, wasn't you don't?
She said that like I don't. Like, how often do brides come and get the consultation?
Well, they come once, sometimes twice, but we can usually nail it in the first time.
Her hair is not supposed to look nicer than mine.
In 12 years of doing this, I've never seen anyone upstage a bride.
Well, today's the day. And of course the girls wanted to know the engagement story.
We flew to London on New Year's Eve. All of a sudden he gets really serious. He goes, I don't want to start another New Year without you. I'm like, yeah, me neither. And then there's a box. And I'm like, what are you doing? crying. We were the most romantic spots in the world, and this is where you pick, like my bedroom while I'm taking off my socks.
Is she still telling the engagement story?
And then he got down one knee and asked me to marry him. And I thought I would cry, but I laughed hysterically. I was laughing.
And of course, Sarah wanted to know,
Should I take vitamins before my wedding for my hair? Like, can I make it grow and make it stronger?
You can make it stronger by taking prenatal vitamins for
That's
your
what
hair
I heard.
and skin.
Yeah, Miss Gwyneth Paltrow said that. She has over-processed blonde hair. Oh no, I am a natural blonde.
we also found out
we come to you and we provide you with an in-home, in-suite, on-location service.
It's perfect for like all my bridesmaids and my mother.
Absolutely.
We're at like the hotel room or whatever it is, and you all come, and it's like a fun little party.
It's a fun girl thing to do.
And we can drink champagne, right?
You can always drink champagne.
And now for all the single ladies.
Texting is the worst thing that's ever happened to dating.
Because the minute you give in to that, that's how they think they can talk to you all the time.
Yeah, and there's I'll text you later, and then there's no later.
Don't play games. It's just stupid. Just if you like.
Don't play games. You know what she just said to us? You could send a text that's like a nice flirty text, and then when they call back, you go, "Oops, I didn't mean to send that to you."
So maybe we didn't get to the bottom of text dating, but Sarah found out even with a bob, you can have a fabulous updo for your big day.
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
I do.
We came in here, we had a blast, we got to get our hair done, we got to talk about boys, we looked at magazines, all the fun things that you do when you're a girl.
I look like a bride.
For Shaw TV, we're the Wedding Bells.
Carrots Wedding Bells has been brought to you by Carrots, online at carrots.com.
You're watching The Express, and we're going to take a short break, but stay with us because we've been saving some of the best entertainment for last. Coming up, the Aerial Silk and Cirque Du Soleil. Tenor and the Universal Gospel Choir. The Express, we are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Welcome back to The Express at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre, which is currently home to Cirque Du Soleil's touring arena show, Duralion.
Okay.
Insider secret, right?
Push up, one leg behind.
One leg behind, other leg
and
in
front, and step on the material.
Pull up. Okay.
Yeah. And then from here, hold.
On the left.
On your left.
Around.
The left leg front. And then I help you to do this.
Okay.
And then you see, I go on. One more higher. Both higher.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
And then the knee up.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. And go with your upper body close more.
Like that?
No, on. And close it, close.
Close.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
You can
if I'm
leave
doing
it this
right.
hand.
Yes?
Leave it, leave it.
Leave it like that.
With both hands. Don't
Yes?
open your upper body. Close
No.
it.
Close.
Like
Oh,
a ball,
wait,
yeah.
like this.
You see? You see? You're doing it.
Oh my goodness. And then what happens?
And then come back. Hold the material.
Yes.
Yeah, like this. And then you can come down. That's it.
I think I'm gonna leave it up to the professionals. You can check out Cirque Du Soleil here at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre now through June 5th. Pretty amazing stuff, hey? And if you're ready for more that's out of this world, we've got that too with today's visit to the MacMIllan Space Centre.
Often, when traveling, I find myself at the North Pole. And in actuality, I was supposed to go to the South Pole. Now, if I'm actually going to fly from the North Pole to the South Pole, it's going to take me about 38 hours in an airplane in economy. Raminder has got a great solution for that, and that is to actually drill a hole from the North Pole to the South Pole and simply drop down. Now, the question is, what happens to the gravity if you actually are in this sort of tunnel through the center of the Earth? Are you getting pulled up or are you getting pulled down? So, take it away, Raminder. How am I going to get from the North Pole to the South Pole through the center of the Earth?
Well, first of all, we'll need to dig a really long tunnel.
Okay, so I'll start doing that. Let's just say I've finished,
Okay.
and I've dug this like a big tube sort of thing that goes from the North Pole to the South Pole. Okay.
Yeah. So the other thing is this has to be pretty strong. It has to withstand the extreme temperatures near the core of the Earth.
So I build it really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally, the acceleration we face here on the surface of the Earth, we call that G. So that G is equal to 9.8 meters per second per second. Okay. So if I was to drop this pen, it accelerates every second. It gets 9.8 meters per second faster.
Wow.
So it's going to get really fast.
Right.
So we solve this equation here, and we follow the math, blah, 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 and we come down to this thing right here, 84.5 minutes. What this means is if you were to drop a ball from the North Pole to the South Pole, it will come back every 84.5 minutes.
Okay.
So now, you could get to the South Pole by drilling a hole in just 42 minutes.
42 minutes. Now, the interesting thing about this is that let's say we were dropping a marble down there, is that you'd drop it down and it would start speeding up past the center of the Earth, and then...
So at the center of the Earth, its speed you would assume is zero, because
Right.
it has no acceleration.
Right.
But it's got all that momentum.
Right.
So it'll take it past the center of the Earth, up to the South Pole, and if you're falling, hopefully you can hold on to something.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll fall back all the way back to the North Pole.
And it would just keep sort of yo-yoing back and forth between that. Things here are being pulled towards the center, things here are being pulled down to the center. What happens if you actually connect those two together is that you'd literally yo-yo back and forth between the North and the South Pole, which really doesn't help my travel ideas because I don't want to be constantly yo-yoing through the center of the Earth. For The Express, I'm Cam Cronin here at the HR MacMIllan Space Centre.
I'm Raminder Samra.
If you're planning on doing this, tweet us at Ask an Astronomer, and we'll come and visit you and see how your progress is going with the hole through the center of the Earth.
You can go to the HR MacMIllan Space Centre's website for a list of their summer activities. And for a line on some community and entertainment events happening, we've got your Cultus Lake Big Summer Spotlight. World of Dance is the largest international urban dance competition. Included, you'll find hundreds of participants and the country's top dance troupes in a performance festival setting. The third annual Carnaval del Sol is Vancouver's featured Latin American festival and part of the city's 125th anniversary events. The Carnaval includes performances, street dancing, food, and a soccer tournament. Celebrate the beginning of summer in New Westminster. There'll be live entertainment, a circus trapeze, bouncy castles, games, vendors, and so much more. And two don't misses on the entertainment scene. You've got Cirque Du Soleil's here at the Abbotsford Entertainment and Sports Centre now through June 5th. And on June 5th, you've got tenor with the Universal Gospel Choir. We're going to leave you with a look at the rehearsal, and you can see the full show June 5th at the Broadway Church. Thanks for watching.
You were always there.